Trusted leader providing security guard services to Palm Springs and the Coachella Valley for over 30 years. We are local. We are family owned. We are Olin Security Incorporated. Call 760-320-5303. That's 760-320-5303. Or on the web at olinsecurityinc.com.
Big Rock Pub and Indian Springs Golf Club are proud to announce they are corporate partners of your four-time champions, SoCal Coyotes. Voted Desert's best live entertainment and golf, we provide a dining and live music experience unmatched anywhere in the Coachella Valley. With outdoor pool tables, fine dining, and a desert-style socializing area with ambiance to match. Big Rock Pub and Indian Springs Golf Club is located off of Jefferson Street in Indio, California. Give them a call today at 760-200-9844 or reach them online. Look to the SoCal Coyotes official live entertainment and golf corporate partner, Big Rock Pub and Indian Springs Golf Club, the desert's best in dining and live entertainment.
Originally formulated for military and law enforcement elite special ops. Because fit is hard to kill. SWAT fuel supplements. Optimizing human performance.
Hotels and resorts.
Welcome to the Sport Report. We always get the intros good. A Shield of Dreams production brought to you by the Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority. I'm your host, Conrad Negron, along with Alex Negron. Alex, what's happening? How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, being here at the Big Rock Pub this Tuesday afternoon.
Well, let's talk about the Big Rock Pub. They put an amazing entertainment down here. We got a big event coming in November. There's a car auction of the stars. Ken Hahn may come by and talk to us a little bit. We made it from last week. Today we got a special guest with us, Michael Carls, an offensive coordinator for Xavier Prep High School. Michael, welcome. What's happening?
Conrad, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, let's get right to it. High school football, it's getting down to it, isn't it? Palm Desert, are they the favorite?
Oh, we are in the thick of the new Desert Empire League that just came to this season. Desert Valley League brought in a couple of other teams to have their own set of teams, and now the powerhouses of the Valley have come together to compete for one title. And it's we're going on to game 3 of that out of 6, and it's unbelievable.
Okay, so let's get an idea right here. I've got some scores here. Xavier obviously beat Rancho Mirage 17-13. Tell us a little bit about that game. Were you guys in it? Did you come back?
Unbelievable game. These kids, we've gone back-to-back weeks with comeback victories. This one coming off of a 2-minute drill by our quarterback, Bradley McClure, who's growing up right in front of our very eyes, throws a 20-yard touchdown with under 2 minutes left to score. Logan Pesco, who is becoming the elite receiver in the league right now. So it's just exciting for Xavier Prep, and so hopefully we can keep it going this Thursday against Shadow.
We're talking to Michael
beat Palm
Carls.
Springs last week, didn't they?
Correct. Yes, we did. In their
win
house. Yes. First time ever in school history.
Big
Well,
win for them.
Palm Desert just beat Palm Springs this last week, 21-10. How's Palm Desert? They're undefeated.
It looks like Palm Desert is straight business like usual. Same thing as last year. They're no nonsense physical football team. They get after it, fly around. They can run the football. They got a senior quarterback who's going on 20-something games with the experience, so they look ready for a championship run for sure.
Okay, Michael, you're the quarterback for the professional 5-time champion SoCal Coyotes. I know you had you're on the DL right now. Had a little bit of an injury on your knee.
Okay.
How do you feel about that? You're going to come back.
Oh, absolutely. I've been looking at like all the other guys that have torn their knees up, and what their process is like and what I have to do to come back healthy and strong. And, it's just having the determination, the will to do it, and just listening to everybody and not pushing yourself too hard in that.
I think that's correct, and you're still young enough. maybe the second best looking guy on this table here today. Right behind.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's a close third.
It's a close third. I mean, we're not including Scott Alvarez in this, so
Right.
it's an easy victory for you, Michael.
Well, let me say this: isn't the Coyotes' offensive line good enough to like keep you in the pocket where you don't have to really run anymore, just throw?
Absolutely, and I think when you have certain injuries and you start to think about the things that you used to do and what you need to do now in order to be successful for your team, that is a big deal, right? Because, what's the sense of me having to try to run and scramble and go pick up 20 yards when I can just pick up 10 or 11, have the first down, and now just keep the chains moving, right?
Well, they're keeping the chains moving over at Xavier. How does the system work, the playoff system? Is it going to come down to just a championship game, or is a bracket?
So the way the playoffs are set up is just a bananas thing where each team is playing basically in their own division. So for an example, Xavier Prep, we are in Division 12 of the Southern section, right? We're playing like Rancho Mirage and Palm Desert and Palm Springs. They're all 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're all teams and schools that have a higher enrollment. So they're playing those like schools. So when you have big wins like we have, it stacks our strength of schedule better for us to fit into our own playoff system.
But what about Banning, Cathedral City, Desert Mirage? Are they in another division?
Correct. So like an example would be 29 Palms is in the Desert Valley League, I believe, and they would be in the same division as us. So we could potentially see them in the playoffs. Same like Coachella Valley.
Well, isn't Ridge Turner a part of the Banning team?
He is, yes. And
they scored 66 on Cathedral City this last Friday. Are they that good, or Cathedral City maybe not that bad?
I mean, you can't be 66 points is unreal anywhere, no matter what level
That's
of football
Coyote
you're playing.
territory.
Yeah, it's unreal to put that many points up. So I mean, he's got some good talent over there at Banning, and Cat City's been struggling for a while with all the schools that are building up around them and losing enrollment, and it's tough, man. It's tough to keep kids inspired.
They're struggling.
Yeah, so
it's tough. High school sports is tough. They're giving up a lot of points. So in anticipation of playoff spot, Palm Desert looks like they've got a kind of dialed in. How many games left? 3?
Yeah, so we'll have 3 games left. Not this week, but the following week will be Xavier Prep 4 versus Palm Desert, Battle of Cook Street. So that's going to be an exciting one for
Battle
us.
of Cook Street. Where are we playing that?
It should be at Xavier Prep.
At Xavier Prep.
Yep.
Actually, when you go up Xavier Prep, the Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority, that's right there,
right
off of
there.
Varner. We'll talk a little bit about that later. We're talking with Michael Carls, offensive coordinator for Xavier Prep. This is a couple years. A couple guys that are on the Coyotes, Taylor Pope and Derek Anderson are on the squad also from a coaching standpoint.
Right. So both Taylor and Derek are on the staff. We've been on staff for 2 years now. Taylor and Derek didn't play for the Coyotes last year, but knowing me, kept bugging them, and they came out, and boy, are we glad that they did, for sure.
Well, Taylor has got some great potential. We talked with Coach J. David Miller yesterday on the Howl and Prowl, another Shield of Dreams production, and Coach really loves the way Taylor's kind of come up. Really a game winner, got the legs, he's a big game guy, big play guy.
Right, absolutely. And he's not afraid to have the ball when it's crunch time. And that's so key to find guys where you can look back at them in the huddle and they're like, I want this moment right now. 'Cause some guys shy away from it and some guys excel in it. And he's one of those guys that can really excel given the right tools.
We're talking with Michael Carls, offensive coordinator for Xavier Prep, and also on the DL quarterback for the SoCal Coyotes, Conrad Negron, Alex Negron. Hold on a second. We're going to take a quick break. We've got some exciting news to share. Everybody hold on.
Attention Coachella Valley residents and businesses. The champion SoCal Coyotes, America's #1 developmental football program, is teaming up with another world-class team. That team is none other than Olin Security, Inc. So, let's go ahead and take a look on tape. Defending the Shield. Defending the Coachella Valley. 2 world-class teams come together as corporate partners. Like the SoCal Coyotes, Olin Security is no stranger to impressive stats. Let's take a look now. Over 32 years in business. A woman-owned family business. Veteran and law enforcement operated. Hotels and resorts. Major events. Gated communities. Construction sites. Vehicle patrol. Technology and monitoring. And finally, Olin Security is proud to offer the Guard Card training class as well as other advanced officer training programs. Wow, I would definitely want stats like those on my team. Well, there you have it, folks. Choose the winning team. Choose Olin Security, Inc., the official security partner of the champion SoCal Coyotes. This has been an Olin Security breaking news update. Now, be sure to visit them online at olinsecurityinc.com or give them a call at 760-320-5303. And we'll see you on the next edition of Breaking News with Olin Security, Inc.
Why can I never get that right? Sorry, Coach. Shield of Dreams production by the Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority. We're having some fun. We're down here at the Big Rock Pub. Our special guest today is offensive coordinator for Xavier Prep, Michael Carls. Alex Negron's here. What's the name of the quarterback for Alabama?
That would be Amu Sabe.
Okay, that's a good one. All right, you get your chance, Michael.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Okay, they couldn't get it.
Almost.
Tua Tagovailoa. That's Hawaiian. You got to talk in syllables, you guys.
You can call him whatever you want. That boy can spin it and throw some touchdowns, man.
Tagovailoa. Do you think he's a leading candidate for the Heisman Trophy?
He's got to be somewhere up there. He hasn't taken a snap in the fourth quarter yet.
Yeah, I know.
It's unbelievable.
The games are over by then.
Right?
Do you think that's good or bad?
Knowing Nick Saban and knowing Alabama, there's no way that that's a bad thing because he'll always have those boys ready to go.
Okay, so I got a couple on my list, and you saw a little bit of my list. Bryce Love, running back out of Stanford, and I guess your boy Jake Fromm out of Georgia, quarterback. What about those two?
Well, so Bryce, the thing about Bryce Love, man, is the problem is he plays on the West Coast. He's not going to get any love because nobody's watching those games, unfortunately.
Did you just say that on purpose?
Kinda.
He's not getting any love?
Oh, you see what I did there?
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Right?
Watch the Pac-12.
They don't watch the Pac-12 because they're all asleep.
Well, because if you think about it, when Christian McCaffrey was having his Heisman run, he had the same, almost better numbers than Barry Sanders at that time. So, I mean,
Were you born then?
not even
He
close.
was
I
not
don't
even
even think
close.
I was a thought. But
Well, this Tua Tagovailoa is amazing. Lefty, out of Hawaii, and a Samoan descent. I spent some time in Hawaii, so I learned how to. You got to do in the syllables. It's not like reading English, so it's a little bit confusing.
Right.
We're here with Michael Carls on the Sport Report, offensive coordinator for Xavier High School. Let's talk a little bit about. We'll talk about college and how the rankings are. Because they're fixed. But anyway, let's talk about some high school players that you'd like to talk about and kind of bring up here today on the Sport Report.
Sure. Well, so I've been looking at the leaders over throughout the league, and we got some kids that are doing some amazing numbers through 7 games. Palm Desert, like we were talking about, is a lethal run game. They have a kid already over 1,000 yards, Jordan Garcia. Wow. Shadow Hills has a kid, Kevin Johnson, over 1,000 yards already. This is through 7 games. These kids are unbelievable right now. Through the air, really, it's 2 guys up at the top. Xavier Prep, Brad McClure, over 1,000 yards already, and number 2 is Carter Stokes from Palm Desert. And now we're starting to see why these teams are the cream of the crop coming to the top.
Do you see as a coach, and Alex, jump in because you've seen high school, the difference between a really good high school player and a chance that he'll play Division I? As a professional football player, you obviously can see that.
Sure.
Is it really telltale, or do they grow into becoming a better football player?
What's so funny is what comes first for the high school athlete as the D1 prospect is the physical abilities, the look, the speed, what he does on the field. That's what grabs you. What's going to sustain his D1 ability is what he does off the field. Is he a guy that is you don't ever have to worry about grades. He's always in the weight room. He's always watching film. You don't have to ask him to do the little things. He's the leader of the team. He's winning every rep. All of those things add up for a coach, because when you are put on a board, especially for those Power 5 programs like SC, Georgia, Alabama, you're on a board.
Penn State's still playing.
Absolutely.
I would think a lot of it is on the practice field, during practice. How is this player on the practice field? What is his attitude while he's doing laps running? Because some people have a tendency to, well, they're there, they're playing, but the true champion and the one who's going to move forward is the one that is just intense and practicing hard all the time. Am I right?
Absolutely. And it's what they're doing when they don't have the ball, when the spotlight's not on them. There's a kid that went to Palm Springs. He plays at San Diego State now, and he played against my little cousin in high school. And my little cousin used to say he was getting blocked 20 yards away from the play, and the kid's just like, sorry, it's for my game film. I got to put it on because coaches are watching. There's stuff like that.
It's interesting you say that. We're here with Michael Carls from Xavier Prep, offensive coordinator. Film is currency, just as it is at the SoCal Coyotes level.
Absolutely.
At the DFI, Developmental Football International. You got to get that game film because, sometimes those scouts, they can't go to every game and they don't see all their film. I think that was really important. So the film in high schools, they're doing it.
Right.
They didn't do it when I was in high school.
Right, and it's unbelievable, the film now, and these coaches can see everything. It used to be you send out, your coach used to send out, give me your two best and your two worst from that player, and that's all that they would be able to look at. Now they're looking at what they're doing during the summer, the practice, you'll get all the games now rather than just 4, right? So they have all of this film to put you under that microscope.
So are you telling me high school has a red zone?
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't.
The thing is before we used to actually have film.
Yeah, film.
Like a reel,
film,
right?
A reel.
Yeah, to set it up.
And Scott wouldn't even know how to edit that. When that was all days, he had to cut it and make it glue back together again.
Digital football.
Conrad Negron for the Sport Report. We're at Big Rock Pub. Ken Hahn's here. The place is filling up. You got to come down. Hey, the lunch is good. We're getting all hungry because Michael tried to steal somebody's fish sticks, but he was a little too slow because his knees hurt. But free tickets down here. Free tickets to the game this coming Sunday for the SoCal Coyotes. So come get your tickets. Use our name. Tell them you want to come for the Sport Report. Alex was in elementary school and played on a undefeated, unscored upon flag football team with a 5-time future Super Bowl champion, Tom Homo.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that, Al.
Glory days. I was in 5th grade and 6th grade. But we played flag football, and it was an after-school sports program, and we were the toughest. We went 2 years without letting anybody score against us.
Oh wow!
And we had Tom Homo played on the Super Bowl champion San Francisco 49ers as a safety, and we were both receivers.
Yeah.
And
looks like he made it to the NFL.
Yeah, he did. I was a little short. I played baseball, so there
you
go.
But I brought that up because it's just a great story. Because actually, the quarterback of the team, Mark Kelly, played at Notre Dame.
He played at Notre Dame, and there were some other players that moved on.
Well, Tom Homo is now, again, 5-time Super Bowl champion, but also the athletic director at Brigham Young University. So he's and he coached. I think he coached at Stanford.
At Cal.
At Cal. So he had a great career out of Monte Vista Elementary, way before Michael Carls was born. Let's talk real quickly before we take a break. Ohio State, Alabama, Auburn. Who else?
You got to throw Georgia up there.
Okay.
Got to throw in USC.
Yeah, sure, Al.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Throw in USC. A sneaky West Virginia if you don't watch out for them.
Well, they talk about it. They read the odds. The Mountaineers are playing well.
Mm-hmm. They got an offense that is just as electric as anyone else, man, and they turn the ball over defensively.
So do you think, and I was just kidding. No, I wasn't. It's fixed. No, I think the rankings sometimes, a few years ago, and Coach Miller will probably get mad at me, but, Alabama loses and they went from, 1st to 3rd as opposed from 1st to 6th.
Right.
With no chance of coming back. Why is that? Is it still because they're that good, or who's going to beat them?
Well, I think what happens is everybody else beats each other up around, and when you have Alabama that loses one late in the year, like, come on, like, how are you supposed to hold that against them? So we're basically saying that if you lose early, it's better than if you lose late.
Okay, that makes sense.
Or what about, could there be a little bit bias, the SEC, because they get a lot of coverage, they get a lot of attention, and the SEC is always, I mean, they're a powerhouse, everybody, but
And you can say that because how many of those teams that play in the SEC are in that top 25 that we talk about? Same thing as in the Big Ten. That's why, and it stinks for SC fans out here, man, because the Pac-12 beats each other up, and nobody can get in that top 25, and nobody can be an 8, 9, 10 win team out here in the Pac-12.
Well, it's tough. They got Oregon and Arizona State. That would be the alumni for Jake Sheffield, captain of the SoCal Coyotes. Conrad Negron with Alex Negron today, our special guest. Michael Carls, he'd be the offensive coordinator at Xavier, really knows your high school sports. Let's take 1 minute break here. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about some of the upcoming events here in the Coachella Valley. October's wrapping up. It's finally cooled down here. So everybody hold on. We'll be right back.
Originally formulated for military and law enforcement elite special ops. Because fit is hard to kill. SWAT fuel supplements. Optimizing human performance.
Welcome back to the Sport Report. Conrad Negron, our special guest Michael Carls, Alex Negron. The Shield of Dreams production brought to you by Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority. I love saying that. Say it really quickly. You'd be a little bit confused. Hey, couple things coming up. We got the golf cart parade, which is a sporting event. I believe that's 54 years. That's Saturday, Alex? October 27th, I believe. No, excuse me. That's the 28th. I'm confused with the Palm Springs 33rd annual Run to the Tram, 6K up that hill. And that'll be on the 27th. So a couple events coming up. Have you ever run a 6K? I'm not going to ask Alex.
All I know is 100 yards. That's
100
it.
yards.
That's it, baby. Pay dirt.
Hey, a couple things happening. We're at Big Rock Pub. Our special guest today, Michael Carls, offensive coordinator for Xavier Prep. Alex and I and Scott were talking over the break about ranking some of the players. Well, let's rank the teams. Let's rank the teams in the DVL. And I think the first place probably has to go to Palm Desert.
Absolutely. They're all coming off of a Desert Valley League championship. So this new league, there's no real defending champ, but they're looking like the ones that are going to be the ones to beat there for sure.
Oh, so that's right. It's a new league, so there is no defending champion.
Right. So
Alex, who's your second team, third team?
second or third.
Yeah.
Well, Xavier's looking good.
Okay.
They have to be up there. But definitely Palm Desert, Xavier, and Coachella. Coachella is really turned it around. They've turned their program around.
And Coach Brett Davis,
yeah,
great guy, former help coach of the SoCal Coyotes. guy that helped teach me the run and shoot a little bit. He's got his quarterback over there, Donnie Fitzgerald, coming off of 2 games where he's thrown for 8 touchdowns apiece. He had 16 and 2. He's got 21 over 3 games. Like, the kid is on fire. He's got them scoring points. They're having fun. Yeah, that's a real scary team. You come around the wrong side of them, and they'll put 40 on you real quick.
Well, that's good to hear. It's very competitive. I haven't been to a Friday night lights game in quite a long time. It gets pretty exciting.
Oh,
they pack that place, don't they?
Absolutely.
So, Xavier plays Palm Desert this coming Friday?
The following week. This week we play on Thursday, actually. We play Shadow Hills at Shadow Hills. So that should be a tough test for us. Battle of Varner Street, because we're both on the same side of the freeway, so that'll be a fun one too.
That's interesting. A Battle of Cook Street and Battle of Varner.
Right.
That's pretty funny.
You know, I want to just say something real quick. My last Friday night game at La Quinta High School, this was just classic. I could show up there, and my friend had won something, and there was a couch that was actually in the end zone, just outside the end zone. And they gave us free pizza and sodas so we could sit on the couch on the field and watch the game. I thought that was pretty cool.
I've never seen anything like that.
They
They have
Unbelievable.
first and last, but I was on the couch.
Don't they have the couch for the red zone?
That
It
was a
looks
good
like the
thing.
guys are on the field.
Right in the end zone. I had to throw that in.
Hey, there's a bunch of events coming up. You know, the Sport Report. Tune into us all the time. Check us out on our Facebook page, Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority. Of course, go to the SoCal Coyotes Facebook page. Like us. Give us some comments, any suggestions. We're always looking for events that maybe a little out of the ordinary, but we're going to cover them. We've got pickleball coming up, the championship over at the Indian Wells Tennis Gardens.
Let's go.
And that'll be November 3rd through the 11th. And then that'll be followed by the Ironman, Indian Wells La Quinta, on, I just want to confirm this, on December 9th. So what they're going to do is they're going to swim out at the lake, Lake Kauai, and then they're going to bike to Indian Wells, and then they're going to run through and up and down the golf course and through the ditch there. That sounds exciting.
You're some kind of person to do that, man. I'm passing out after the swimming. Forget that.
You know, I don't want to drive 26 miles. Okay?
Yeah,
I don't want to drive. You know, those guys, those Ironmen, those guys are tough. I met a few guys that did the Ironman in Hawaii, and that's just, I would think I could probably handle the swimming and maybe the biking. I've never been a runner.
Right.
I just can't. I can't do
You
the
would
running.
do the biking down a volcano.
Up the volcano. You're going down the volcano, up the volcano. We're with Michael Carls today, offensive coordinator with Xavier Prep. Before we get going, we got a big game for the SoCal Coyotes coming up this Sunday. Come and get your free tickets down here at the Big Rock Pub. They're free. Give my name or Michael Carl's name, and then he'll give you some free tickets.
There you go.
And then come down here and have some really great food. Ken Hahn is really making this place really exciting. It really, Lisa Morgan has the entertainment. We'd like to thank Olin Securities and SWAT Fuel. Now let's talk about this here. We got coming up, Mike and Jake are going to do the SWAT Fit.
Yes.
That's going to be a show next week, broadcasting here on Shield of Dreams Productions. Michael, tell us a little bit about what to look forward to. You know, SWAT Fuel and Dan Olnesnicki are doing some amazing things. So what are you going to teach us? How are you going to make Alex get in shape?
Yes, so the Mike and Jake SWAT Fit Power Hour is going to be about health and wellness from a physical, emotional, and spiritual standpoint. We're going to be going over anything and everything when it comes to a superior athlete that's trying to get over the edge to somebody that's just trying to lose a couple of weights for beach season. You know, it's
Beach season. I haven't heard that one in a
right?
while.
So
Which way's the beach? Is it that way?
hey, it's 1 hour whichever way you want from here, right? So I mean, it's just it's going to be an awesome thing, and I want it to be interactive with our audience too, because we want to hear what you guys want to hear, right? What tips do you want to hear from us, and what do you want me and Jake to go over? Because we have so many things that we've learned from him, from military to being at a D1 school, me going through a process of being a quarterback that's working out one thing while Jake is trying to put on mass, and I want to be more pliable. It's all of these things, and with SWAT Fuel, I mean, I'll tell you what, like before my injury, when I had started taking SWAT Fuel, I was at the prime of my physical ability. That thing put me over the edge.
Well, I've been watching Michael for a couple of years. You're really fast. You know, you make fun of me. It's a Make-A-Wish thing, but I can't make a play. I didn't want to tackle you. I just wanted to tell you that. I didn't want to hurt the young man.
Well, it's so funny because, like, that's what – and I was, like, asking Dan, owner of a SWAT Fuel, guy that has helped me.
Who's a doctor and is on the SWAT team.
Yes. He's a great guy, knows a lot about health and wellness, and he was saying, yes, it's supposed to help you get over that hump that you were stopping yourself from because you didn't know how to push past whatever that wall was.
Do you think is that what they call like a plateau, that you hit a plateau where you just
totally plateaued? Because like I was like, man, I'm doing all of these things, working out, doing everything that I can, but I just can't seem to get that extra zip or that extra oomph that I need to like put myself up at the top of the elite.
As a high school coach, are you seeing high school students struggle with that high school players struggle with that same thing?
The biggest thing about the high school kids and the fitness and wellness aspect of that is, one, being able to stay in the weight room, right? Because it's so difficult for kids. They'll lift for a few weeks and get that muscle and then completely lose it when they go on Christmas vacation because they didn't do anything, right? So it's always like a give and take back and forth, and
now we're back to discipline.
Right, exactly. So, and there's some that do and some that don't, and you see the results. You do, you really do.
We're talking with Michael Carls, offensive coordinator for Xavier Prep in the hunt in high school football.
Let's go.
Now, tell me a little bit. Let's just take a short look back, and then we'll go forward. You played a little bit of high school football.
A little bit. I played a little bit out here in the Valley. Played at Palm Springs High School. Go Indians. CIF champs, 2009. First one ever in school history. Our team was amazing. Palm Springs coach Steve Fabian. Say what you want about him. That man pushed us to the limits, and it helped us grow more and more, not just on the field, but as men off the field too.
And then you left Palm Springs, and where'd you go?
Left Palm Springs. I went to an NAIA, now D2 school out in Canton, Ohio, Malone University. I had received the smallest scholarship at the school. Started 9 games as a freshman, first one ever in school history to do that. Decided that I probably should ask for more scholarship money if I was going to be there since I was the starting quarterback.
I mean, aren't the books more expensive than your car?
Right, exactly. When you're paying for more school than you have to, I think that's, just – and it's tough for kids because they don't know that, and I had to do all of this on my own, right? So go through spring, ask the coach. He said, yeah, sure, if you do well, you get the starting job. Sure, get it. I win the starting job, still gives me a low ball scholarship, so I decided to go the JUCO route. Played at Grossmont College in San Diego, had an amazing time there, and helped me get a full ride scholarship to an NAIA in Fremont, Nebraska. Midland University, baby. GPAC. We are 6-2 now, so we're rolling over there.
We're talking with Michael Carls, local star. He won't tell us how many records he has, but he's got a couple of them. Conrad Negron with a sport report. Shield of Dreams production with Alex Negron, the Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority, coming to you live from Big Rock every Tuesday. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Have a great week. Tune into the Coach's Show every Monday with the Howlin' Proud with Coach J. David Miller. And then Michael Carls and Jake Sheffield will be doing SWAT Fit next week live right out of there. What do you got, Alex? Ready for the game Sunday?
I'm ready for the game. We do a little play-by-play.
That's right. Tune in to our live Facebook. We're streaming live because, Facebook's got 2 billion users all over the world, 64 million daily views. And we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, supporting us. We're working on our shows. We're going to get better. And we really appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate your comments. And see you at the game this Sunday, 2 p.m. kickoff at Shadow Hills. Thanks, Michael, for coming in.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye.
Past presidents use Olin. Olin Security Incorporated, a trusted leader providing security guard services to Palm Springs and the Coachella Valley for over 30 years. We are local. We are family owned. We are Olin Security Incorporated. Call 760-320-5303. That's 760-320-5303. Or on the web at olinsecurityinc.com.
Big Rock Pub and Indian Springs Golf Club are proud to announce they are corporate partners of your four-time champions, SoCal Coyotes. Voted Desert's best live entertainment and golf, we provide a dining and live music experience unmatched anywhere in the Coachella Valley. With outdoor pool tables, fine dining, and a desert-style socializing area with ambiance to match. Big Rock Pub and Indian Springs Golf Club is located off of Jefferson Street in Indio, California. Give them a call today at 760-200-9